Am I the only one who has noticed this? It's a great tax dilemma where hardworking citizens clutch their wallets tighter than a cowboy holding onto his last bullet in a shootout. It's like a Wild West standoff, with taxpayers eyeing the government suspiciously, wondering where their precious dollars are galloping off to. You see, folks are more jittery than a herd of cattle on a stormy night, fearing that their cash is being wrangled away for frivolous escapades or political advantage, with tales of past mismanagement haunting the government like ghost riders on the horizon. It's no wonder citizens are as skittish as a jackrabbit in a thunderstorm. How can one group of individuals balance the need for the disadvantaged by the system from holding to account the politicians that wish to indulge those who exploit it for votes? But fear not, dear taxpayers, for we're here to wrangle some levity into this tax rodeo. Let's lasso up some humor and curl those concerns with a dash of wit and charm. After all, laughter is the best antidote to fiscal anxiety, and with a little humor, we might just turn this tax tizzy into a rootin' good time. Welfare programs. Welfare programs ensure that the most fundamental needs of individuals and families are met. This includes access to nutritious food, safe housing, clean water, and access to toilets, clean water, etc. When people have these essentials, they can live with dignity and security. This can be a vital component of a modern, civilized society. In the cacophony of calls for change, there's a silence so loud you could hear a pin drop. Well, if that pin weren't too busy getting lost in a haystack of bureaucracy. In the shadows lurks a welfare tale of a different breed, one that's more about lining the pockets of the elite than lending a hand to the needy. Billionaire Welfare. Did you know that while politicians point fingers at the supposed shenanigans of the little guy, they seem to overlook the grand spectacle of taxpayer dollars being stealthily funneled into the designer handbags of America's wealthiest? It's like watching a magic show where the real trick is making your hard-earned cash disappear faster than a rabbit in a top hat. Yes, it's the ultimate plot twist, a comedy of errors in the grand saga of welfare reform. So, grab your popcorn and settle in for the show. Yes, the significant instances of abuse and fraud within the welfare system are of concern, but also, they pale in comparison to the scale of corporate welfare enjoyed by some of the most powerful entities in our society. The scope of the problem. To truly understand the scope of this issue, we must first examine the beneficiaries of corporate welfare, the billionaires and megacorporations whose fortunes are bolstered by taxpayer dollars. Let's start with Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon, whose net worth exceeds $100 billion. Bezos' wealth has skyrocketed in recent years, fueled by the exponential growth of Amazon's market dominance. Yet, despite presiding over one of the most profitable companies in the world, Bezos pays many of his employees poverty wages, forcing them to rely on government assistance programs like food stamps and Medicaid just to make ends meet. If you are getting value out of this video, please share with somebody who might like it. Word of mouth goes a long way in helping us grow. The situation is no different at Walmart, where the Walton family, the richest family in America, controls a combined wealth exceeding $200 billion. Despite the company's immense profits, Walmart's employees are some of the lowest paid in the retail industry, with many forced to rely on public assistance to supplement their meager wages. The working class subsidizer. In essence, on top of paying already high taxes to compensate disadvantaged people already on welfare, taxpayers are also subsidizing the profits of large corporations and its shareholders, while its workers struggle to make ends meet. But hold on to your French fries, it's not just the big retail behemoths like Amazon and Walmart hogging all the taxpayer goodies. Oh no, even your friendly neighborhood burger joints like McDonald's and Burger King are in on the action. Picture this. While these fast food giants are raking in the dough faster than you can say, "Supersize me," they're tossing crumbs at their hardworking employees like they're feeding pigeons in the park. Yep, despite their billions in revenue, they're serving up poverty wages faster than you can say, "Hold the pickles." And the fun doesn't stop there. In the wild blue yonder of the airline industry, while they're soaring through the skies, they're leaving their baggage handlers, cleaners, and customer service agents down on the ground, scrambling to make ends meet. Are you concerned on how the government uses your tax dollars? Let us know in the comments below. Other consequences. The consequences of corporate welfare are not just economic, they're also social and political. When profitable corporations receive taxpayer-funded subsidies while their workers struggle to make ends meet, it exacerbates income inequality and undermines social cohesion. It erodes trust in the government and perpetuates a sense of injustice among the populace. In short, corporate welfare is not just a financial burden, it's a moral and ethical issue that strikes at the heart of our democracy. It's not capitalism. Picture this: your best friend wants to work hard for 20 years, save some capital, and put up a business. But his competitors have an unfair advantage because the government is subsidizing their costs, giving them an unfair advantage. This is the same as communism, but instead of giving the money to the employee, it's given to a corporation. Possibilities. Imagine a world where every worker earns a basic living wage, allowing them shelter, food, and health. Also a world where the working class does not have to subsidize a hardworking individual with money to be able to eat or have a home. These are necessities, folks. If a job cannot pay for them, what's the point in working? The dreamland where the working class doesn't need to moonlight as amateur magicians, pulling card tricks every day just to make ends meet while also being taxed to the ground. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and thank you for listening.